Welcome back to another episode of the Amateur Outdoor Podcast. Today, today we got something a little special, a little different that we got going on. It
Got
is
something
going to be
new for you
different.
boys and girls.
Yeah, we got some outdoor random facts that we want to share with everyone because it's actually pretty interesting. Some of the stuff that I've learned the past week and some of the stuff that Ryan has learned the past week, and we want
Yep.
to share it with you all. But first things first, Ryan. Anything new? Anything new happening?
Fished a few times.
Yeah.
Buddy Justin and I went down to Spring Lake, down in Grand Haven. Didn't really know, haven't fished there before, so we weren't really sure where we were even going.
Right.
We thought about going in the river with kayaks or in Spring Lake with kayaks, and we decided on going into a bayou that's in Spring Lake, but it's a no wake zone, so it's perfect for kayaking.
Yeah.
And we just pretty much followed the just the side of the lake, found some structure, got into a lot of fish.
Yep.
Probably 30-ish total, all largies. Probably the biggest
Good
one
day.
was maybe just shy of 3 pounds or 3 pounds, but most of them were 1.5 to 2. But it was sick, especially on
Yeah.
kayaks. I've never caught that many fish on a kayak. It was dope.
Yeah, it sounded like a good time. For
Yeah, dude.
sure.
And then we went fishing
Yeah, that's that same
past
day.
weekend.
Yeah, that same day. Well, I'm talking about the same day you went on your
La-
kayaks.
last
Anyways,
last week.
yeah, 2 weekends ago, I went fishing at this little pond that my friend's grandparents had. 3 acre pond, and they stock it. And man, oh man, do the bass fight there! And the bass, they were just biting like crazy. And yeah, it was a good day. Oh, we only fished for a couple hours, but I caught like 5 or 6 good sized bass.
They're just gobbling it
Like
up.
literally the average bass in that little pond is probably like 2 to 3 pounds.
That's big.
I would maybe 3. It might be 3 pounds because they have pictures of these just massive bass, and they have like 8 pound bass in that little pond of theirs. So, but man, do they fought so hard? They must have been hungry, man. But no, and then this past weekend, you and I went fishing in the morning.
Yep.
Really slow bite. I caught 2. You caught 1. Nothing special. We didn't get skunked, so that's a plus.
That's always
Um,
a win.
oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
dude,
Yeah, it was just a really slow, weird. Oh, what?
I caught a damn turtle with my bare hands while I was kayaking. I scooped him out of the
What
water,
kind of turtle?
painted.
The state
You know how
state
they like?
turtle.
I just scooped that state turtle up. I would have taken him home to make some turtle soup if he wasn't
And
a state
this is
turtle.
you just
Damn it!
said this is Michigan.
I was like,
Yeah, I don't know if that's
"You
legal.
Michigan turtle, get down there, get back, go home. What are you doing out here? Get out of here! Get out of here!" I just chucked him across the lake.
Oh god. Anyways, we are now going to
I didn't
move
do that.
on. For your information, Ryan did not do anything illegal to this turtle. Anyways, I'm gonna open up, Ryan,
I
with a random fact that you might. I don't know. I might have told you this one already, but for the people that are listening, this is about mosquitoes. About
those
mosquitoes.
pesty bastards.
Apparently, this is a thing that so a lot of people might know the body wash and shampoo brand Native. You can find it Walmart, Meijer, Target. You can find it pretty much anywhere. The brand is Native Soap. Apparently, there was a study done, and that when you use that body wash or shampoo, it actually helps keep away mosquitoes. And it's because I found out they have coconut oil inside of that body wash shampoo, and apparently coconut oil is a great insect repellent. I had no idea.
What the fuck?
Absolutely no idea. Yeah, had no
So,
clue.
don't people cook with coconut oil and eat it
Yeah,
and put it on their
apparently,
body?
apparently it's a. You know, if I'm completely wrong, someone please correct me if there's some like rocket compliant to scientist.
Dude,
But this is what I found, and yeah,
I'm
if you
gonna take
know
a
any better, let
bath
me
in
know. But I
coconut
just
oil.
found that, dude, for real.
Damn.
Um,
Is it spelled like native? Like Native
yeah,
American like
just the
that?
word
Or
native.
I didn't know if it had a little
Yeah.
twist.
All right, Ryan, you got a
Anyways,
fact for us?
I got a freaking doozy of a fact right here.
All right, let's hear it.
And it's regarding frogs, the amphibian.
Hey,
Um
don't get
what?
so damn close to your microphone and just you're
Oh,
freaking screaming into the thing.
sorry.
All right, all right.
So frogs, man. You don't know what like a group is called? A group of frogs? An army.
Like a oh,
An
like
army of
actually, if you were
frogs.
to if I were to look this up right now, they would say
Facts,
it's an
dude.
army of frogs,
Hmm. An army.
not like a posse,
Mm-mm.
but an army. Hmm.
Maybe it's because they're green.
Look at that! I just learned something new.
Maybe they go to war. They have like tribal
I don't think it's I don't think it's
throwdowns
because
or
I'm
something.
looking this up. I don't think it's because they're green. What is a group of frogs called?
Well, yeah, dude. Because if you get those
Dude,
poison
you're
dart
right.
frog things,
Damn, that's wild.
yeah.
So
So
when you
next
hear
time
a
you
bunch
see
of bullfrogs, you're like, "Oh shit, there's an army!
they're
Let's
going to war.
get out!"
They're storming the beaches.
Jeez. Oh, okay. For my next one, um, I found out the average lifespan of a bass. It didn't say whether it was largemouth or smallmouth or what any other species. So I'm just gonna assume bass in general have an average lifespan of 10 to 16 years. Bass
What?
can pretty much live enough to legally drive a vehicle. Think about that. When you were 16 years old, there is a bass out there the same age as you, and you are both driving a vehicle.
He went through driver's ed and
Both
everything,
the
passed the
bass.
test, you know. But
Oh, yeah. He's probably eating better than you,
damn,
too, at 16.
damn,
He's probably fat as
dude,
fuck.
that's like older than
That's a,
most dogs, dude.
yeah.
Ish. I mean, some dogs can live
I
up to
actually,
like 20, but
right. But I seriously had no clue that they could be that
what?
old.
Yeah,
I was thinking
dude, deer
like
only
8 years.
lives.
I
Yeah,
was
because
thinking
deer
like
only
five
live
to
like
eight
8.
years.
I wonder how you can like age them.
So
How do you know how old a bass is?
according to that fact, what is the real trophy animal? A bass fish or a whitetail buck? If you're like, imagine if you caught a 16-year-old bass and you could actually age it and be like, wow, this is a 16-year-old bass. What would be more impressive? Probably, I don't know. Mm,
Do you
what
think
would be
they?
more impressive? And for everyone, hold on. For everyone listening, what would be more impressive? You being able to identify and catch a 16-year-old bass out at a random lake, or any river, wherever, or shooting a 7 to 8 year old buck. What would be a better trophy that you would like to have on your wall? We want to know, because that is a really hard question. Uh,
Dude, what would you rather have?
but I also, well, here's the thing. I don't know what's more common. Is a 16-pound bass more common, or is a 7 to 8 year old, let's say 7 year old buck more common out of those two? Um, I don't have a mounted fish in my house, so I'm going to say I want to catch a trophy 16 pound, or not 16 pound. Oh, I'm gonna guess if this bass is 16 years old, it's gonna be 10 plus pounds. So I'm gonna go with bass because I'm having that bitch mounted and put in my house. As of right now, in my current state, um, that bass to me would be more impressive than the bucks, or the buck that's on my wall right now,
Hmm.
especially for the state of Michigan.
Yeah, dude. 16-year-old bass. That's
Yeah,
insane. And
yeah. So
the
I'm gonna
the thing to
say
consider,
bass. A lot of people might disagree with me.
like the thing to
Go
consider
ahead.
too is I know whitetail start to like fall off at like 5, 6, 7
Yeah,
years old. They'll start to kind of
their mouths just
degenerate.
rotten out.
They're just all
Yeah,
looking like an old geezer in a wheelchair out there. Because like this one,
looking like,
if this one was 8 years
yeah.
old, he would not. He would not
It wouldn't look
look.
like that.
He might look more like
No.
crazy, more non-typical. But like my uncle, he shot an 8.5-year-old. Like it was a 12
Oh,
point, but it was just it was like all right here, straight up, and just like a bunch of nasty crap going on. He only had 3 legs, so you're. I mean, if they get old, deer get
he
older,
actually
man,
only
they
had
just
three
start
legs.
to. Yeah, his like leg, he was missing like from his elbow down.
Damn.
He made it to 8.5 years old, which that in itself is insane.
But
But do you
yeah, it
think
is.
do you think bass like gets smaller at a certain point? Like let's say they're eating good,
That's a great
they're in
question.
a good fishery, they're eating it up. When they get to a certain
Yep,
age, do they eat less and
that's
get
a great question.
smaller?
Yeah, there's also got to be a prime age for bass. I'm still gonna go with bass right now, just
I
because
think me too.
know. I don't know if they like have a prime age, or if they're just freaking eating in their prime until they die. I don't know.
There's
So I'm gonna
gobbling
go
down
with
a minnow
bass.
and yeah.
For everyone listening, please let us know. Comment on one of our Instagram posts. Email us at theamateuroutdoorslive@gmail.com. Let us know what you would rather have on your wall, a 16-year-old bass or 78-year-old buck as a trophy mount on your wall. All right, Ryan, what do you have for us?
All right. So this is one that I have been kind of thinking about but not looking up for a while because I have a buddy
Mm-hmm.
that hunts kind of in Canada, or not a buddy but a acquaintance person I know, and they would send like pictures of the bucks they got, and he would like preface that they're not even the biggest deer that they've seen, and these deer are like Saskatchewan, that part of Canada, and they're massive.
Yeah,
Like he would say they're like 300 pounds, like 250, 300 pounds plus. And I was just like, why? Why are these things so freaking big?
yeah, it's big.
And I finally looked it up. And it's because apparently there's 38 different species of whitetail in North America, and specifically the Dakota whitetail is what it's called. And these
Up in
are some
Canada?
of the yep, and like they range down from Canada, kind of like splits Wisconsin in half, and Minnesota, and all the way down
Yep.
like Kansas, Idaho. Um, and these things are huge. Like they're found in northern Canada, the Dakotas, probably why they're called the Dakota whitetail, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, western Minnesota, and
Just
they just
everywhere.
get massive,
Yeah.
like 300
That is pretty
pounds.
wild.
Like Michigan deer
That's
get
a
pretty
big ass.
big. You can
That's a
get
big
a
ass deer.
200 plus deer in Michigan, but 300 pounds. And it makes you think too, is it because it's a harsher, colder climate? Because then
So they're just
There's deer in Florida that are tiny.
well. You gotta think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's because of the colder climate because they probably have extra, especially in Canada. They probably have extra layers of fat just stored on them for heat and
Yep.
energy. Like they
But
probably literally have to have that.
they have
I
to be
could be
big
wrong,
to survive.
but that's gonna be my guess. Yeah, like
Let
for
me
me,
find.
if I was a buck up in Canada, I'd be perfect fine because I have extra layers of fat on me.
Yeah, dude. Because like the
I'd
deer in
fit right in.
Florida,
They wouldn't even see me.
you're a Dakota buck boy. And then the ones
Yeah,
in the
but
Everglades in southern Georgia, they're smaller and just like they're just smaller deer. And it's hotter down there, so they don't have to worry about staying warm. So maybe they're
right.
just like, oh, I'm small now. But I thought that was pretty sick. And 38 species is a
Yeah, that's
lot.
pretty cool.
Like there might not be a lot of differences, but
Yeah,
the little ones, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
yeah, I'd say so. Um, for my next one, recently, this is not random. I mean, this is interesting, I think, but it's not like a random fact. It's something that happened. There was a new record pike caught in Idaho. His name was Thomas Francis, who caught the pike. It didn't give how long it was, which I think is bullshit. Um, but maybe if I looked on somewhere else, it probably said how long it was. But apparently, it was a 5 minute fight, and the guy that hooked into the bass was fishing with his buddy, and his buddy was pissing off the boat while he hooked into his bass. So he had to, finish his old stream, pinch it off, or I guess push it out. You know what I'm
One
saying?
of the two.
And then help his buddy to get this fish in the boat. It was 40.76 pounds. It's a big fish. It's a fat pike.
46?
I didn't look at 40.76.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That thing had to be fat
Imagine bringing that boy
as
in.
hell.
Oh, it was.
Holy
It was.
smokes.
Yep.
Damn.
Um, I also found something else out. This is kind of informational facts. No, it's not so much random. Um, there is a fish poisoning, um, kind of out in the Pacific Bahamas, called ciguatera fish poisoning, and it's caused by um, bigger fish eating smaller fish. That the smaller fish have ate like toxins produced by a marine microalgae. So it's just getting transferred from one fish to the next fish. Um, so the small fish, I heard from what I understand and from what I've heard, um, these fish will eat off of the coral and just eat like these microalgae plants, I guess. And the fish don't get sick themselves. I don't think they actually are affected by it. But you know how the ecosystem works. Smaller fish gets eaten by bigger fish. Bigger fish now has a disease. Bigger fish tends to normally get caught by humans, and then humans will eat them. And what happens when us humans eat them? It can cause nausea, vomiting, and neurologic symptoms such as tingling fingers or toes. And from what I heard, so everything that you touch, I mean, it's very situational. Everyone's different. So you could be running your hands under cold water and it feels like you're going to get frostbite. Or it could be the other way around. If your hands could feel really freaking hot. And the same goes with like your feet too. So I was just like, this seems kind of a really sketchy fish poisoning. And I did find out it is not up in Alaska because it is a cold climate. There's no coral. So the fish up in Alaska are not affected by it. But I guess like apparently barracuda is heavily fished down in the Bahamas, and they're actually starting to slow that down because of this fish poisoning, ciguatera. And they will only keep fish that are within a certain size limit because normally the bigger fish are the ones that are likely to have this disease, this poisoning.
Oh shit!
So watch what you're eating. Be safe out there. Only you can prevent ciguatera.
Yep. Watch out for mercury poisoning and ciguatera.
Ciguatera.
Watch how much sushi you've been eating. Don't eat too much of that.
Yeah, I don't know how much like America and our food markets will actually be directly affected by it. But I just know out in those warmer climates like the Pacific Ocean, those areas, coral is very prevalent. Um,
Damn.
yeah, it's dangerous. So, and I guess people that get ciguatera are like scared to eat fish afterwards because of the fact they just do not want to experience that again because they're just sick for they're only sick for a couple days, but they just don't want it again.
I wonder if it's linked
So
with some of the reefs like bleaching. Like when
I don't know.
the water gets too hot or something and the coral just all dies and it gets like bleached by the sun.
It's possible. I mean, coral's a living organism.
It's like,
That's
screw
something
you
I'm not a
guys.
scientist.
I'm making
Yeah.
ciguateras.
This next one I have is very random and weird. Actually, the next two are.
The hell is it? Lay it on us. Come on.
All right. Did you know that the Cincinnati Zoo in Ohio, Cincinnati,
Hi.
holds the largest polar bear poop bank in the world?
A fucking poop bank?
Poop
Bank for
bank.
poop? There's banking,
They
there's making
have
deposits?
lots of polar bear poop.
The shit?
Apparently.
You know why?
Yeah. I don't have anything else after that, but I found that weird and interesting. I don't really need to know that information, and neither do the listeners, but
Dude,
they have it now. So
do you want to rob a bank in Ohio with me?
no,
No?
I don't.
Probably be pretty easy to track.
And for this,
Be a little smelly.
yeah, you'd probably smell it. You probably would. And this last one, if you are 18 or younger, close your ears. Actually, it's not even a big deal because it's about $1. It's about a buck's reproductive organ?
This podcast is rated
So if they're
R.
T for teen,
T.
rated E for everyone, T for teen. This is like GTA, but a podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways, a buck's reproductive organ is 4 to 9 inches long. I don't have any more details on it. If you're gonna ask me if it's erect, I don't know. So don't ask me.
Yeah. Is it hard? Is it hard or soft? What are we talking
I
here?
don't know, dude. That's all and that's such a big variation between 4 to 9 inches. So I don't. So 4 to 9. I don't know. So
Dude, do you think
that's
deer
all
have,
I got. You take it. What,
do you think deer have micro penises? Like some of them?
dude? I don't know. I don't know. But I just found that I'm sure everyone's asked this question in their head. You know, like I wonder.
You're sitting in the tree stand, you see a few bucks, and you're like, I wonder how big that deer's cock is.
I wonder how big this dude's schlong is. We're talking about deer, by the way. We're talking about deer, bucks, deer,
male deer.
Yep. But yeah, I found that interesting. Pretty big. I mean, 4 to 9 inches. There's a lot in the middle there, so there's a big difference between 4 and 9.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah, for everyone listening, just kind of, take what you will on that,
Yep.
I ain't got nothing else for reproductive organs on bucks. But dude, so yeah, that's all the factual information I have for everyone.
Yep.
I ain't I've been lately.
Else.
Lately, huh? I've been dude. Yesterday, I ran 3 miles yesterday, trying to shed some lbs, shed some pounds. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, I got done and
runner's high.
Well, I got done and it felt my feet were hurting so bad. I've never ran that far in my life, not even close. Damn. I've lost 13 pounds, but like, it's just like shit. I've never ran that far ever, and it hurt. It hurt.
Damn.
I'm like a fat Forrest Gump. I just keep running.
Run, Forrest. Run.
Running after Jenny.
Jenny, where are you going, Jenny?
Yeah, but that pretty much covers this episode of our informational random facts podcast.
It was very random. Covered a lot of random, interesting topics today.
We sure did. And I might throw up a question for you Spotify listeners. You might be able to scroll down, answer a multiple choice question at the bottom after listening to our podcast. No, not a test. I might actually have 2 if it will let me post 2. I'm going to put what trophy mount you would rather have if you were listening earlier. And then for another one, would you guys like to hear and see more of this content, this random factual information that is probably not useful to you in any way?
Mm-mm.
Would you like to see more of that on our episodes every month? Let us know, because we want to know. We want your guys' feedback. So, all right. At this time, we will be signing off. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to reach out to us at theamateuroutdoorslive@gmail.com. Make sure you check out our Instagram page at The Amateur Outdoors. And we will catch you guys next time. Thank you for listening.
Stay amateur. See ya.
Yeah.